Hello and welcome once again to my channel. I am Choma also, and a lot of you call me Chimi. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this beautiful cowl neck mermaid dress. Okay, so this dress, I actually made it a while ago when I got this fabric. This fabric is actually a very busy fabric. As you can see, it's an animal print fabric. So I was looking for a style, that would be easy. Like, I don't want anything going on too much of anything. So I decided to make the cowl neck mermaid dress, and it turned out looking so beautiful. Okay, so that's what our tutorial is going to be about today. Meanwhile, if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. Make sure to click the subscribe button, make sure to like, make sure to share this video because you're going to love it. My videos are all about sewing and how you can achieve different kinds of sewing projects by yourself at home. So I hope you really love and enjoy this video. Do not also forget to follow me on Instagram at youtoocansew if you want to keep up with all my activities. Okay, if you're ready, let's go into it. I've folded my fabric into two, and I've gone ahead to measure the desired length I want, so you can actually do that for yours. Meanwhile, I'm working on the back, so I'm going to be measuring the neckline, which is 3 inches, and I'm also going to measure the shoulder, which is 8 inches. This process is actually same thing as I do for my basic bodice pattern. I have a video on that, so to understand it better you need to go check out that video. Okay, so I'm actually coming down 1 inch to get the shoulder slope, and that's what I am marking right now. And then I'm going to come down to get the armhole measurement, and I'm using about 8 inches. Okay, so after the armhole measurement, now I'm going to divide all my body circumference, like the bust, the waist, and the hip measurement by 4, and I'm going to input all the measurement there. So that's what I'm going to do next. I've done this for so many of my videos, and you can check out the basic bodice pattern. It's going to help you a whole lot to achieve that. Okay, so I'm marking on the back. I'm actually marking the back first, so I'm working on the back first. I'm going to be using this back to work on the front because the front is a cowl neck and it's a little bit different, so definitely whenever you're doing this particular cowl neck, make sure to work on the back first, and then you use the back to achieve the front. Okay, so the bust measurement is 38 inches, and when you divide it by 4 you get 9.5. So I'm just going to add 1 inch extra for seam allowance, and I'm going to be marking 10.5 there. So I'm just measuring the shoulder to waist. It's about 16 inches. Then I'm going to input the waist measurement over there. The waist measurement is 32 inches divided by 4, and I got 8 inches. I've added 1 inch to make it 9 for seam allowance, and that's what I've marked there. Now from the waist I'm going to come down 8 or 9 inches, so I'm going to come down about 9 inches from the waist, and I'm just marking a line there. That's going to be where I'm going to include the hip measurement. The hip is actually 40 divided by 4, and you get 10 inches. I'm also going to add 1 inch for allowance over there. Okay, so I'm just connecting from the bust to the waist and then to the hip. Okay, so from the waist, I'm now going to mark from waist to knee point, and that's about 17 inches. So I'm marking from waist to knee point, and that's about 17 inches. Okay, you can actually measure from shoulder down to your knee and just mark, put a line there. So the next thing you're going to do is to take out some measurement from that knee point, just like we did for the skirt. So from the hip measurement is actually 40, and when I divided it by 4 I got 10. So you can actually make that knee part 8 inches. Okay, so you add 1 inch to it, which is going to make it 9 inch, or you can just whatever, you know, however you want it to be. Actually all depends on you. It depends on how fitted on the knee area you want your dress to be. But remember, from the knee area it's going to flare out, like it's going to, you know, flare out from the knee area. So from the knee area I'm just going to draw a straight line. You can use a ruler to achieve that for a better result. So what I'm doing right now is just achieving the armhole. I'm just giving it a curve, okay, on the armhole. Okay, so like I said before, if you're used to my videos, you'll be able to achieve this properly. So I'm not going to be concentrating so much on this particular side. You know, I don't know if my lines are visible, but by the time I cut it out, you'll see what it actually looks like. Then I'm going to use this side, this is the back, to achieve the front. So for the neckline, just 1 inch for the neckline at the back is fine, and that's what I've just marked there. You can give it a curve. So I'm just cutting out, so just cut it out. Okay, so I just cut it out, and this is how it's looking. This is how it's looking. So you can see the shape of this particular dress. Like I said, is a mermaid dress kind of. So it's fitted on the hip area all through to the knee area, and then it flares out from there. So I'm just holding down with pins because I'm going to use this part to cut out the back, the front. I'm holding it down with pins because I'm going to use to cut out. So I'm just giving it a slight curve on the hem. Okay, so I just took out about 2 inches over there. So I've just folded the remaining fabric, and I'm placing the back on the remaining fabric, which is going to be the front. So we're cutting out the front now. Okay, so I've actually placed, as you can see, the back on the front, you know, and then look at what it's looking like. You can see that I didn't place it on a straight line. So for the bust area, I actually shifted the back, you know, inside a little bit, and you can see how it is. It's just like giving us more fabric in front. Every other side is the same thing, you know. Every other side is the same thing. From the hip area, it should be the same. From the waist to the hip area, you should place it equal with the front. But the bust side, I've gone inside like a little bit. I've actually shifted it, slanted the pattern like the back that I cut a little bit. This is to give us that cowl effect in front, and this is actually up to you. You know, the quantity of fabric that is left in front is actually up to you. If you want your cowl to be more, then you have to shift it inside even further. But if you just want a little of the effects of the cowl effect, then you can, you know, shift it forward like a little bit more. So it's just up to you. But this is how I've placed the fabric, and you know, this is how I get to achieve this, because this will fall eventually and give us that cowl effect that we actually desire. So I'm just going to measure what I've left in front for you to see what the quantity is, and I think this is about 4.5 inches or so, you know. So whatever, or you can even shift it further, just make sure you have enough fabric. You can see the angle, you know, that I've shifted this is just to make the front gather up and give us that cowl effect that we're looking for. This is just for the bust area. From the waist to the hip and every other side should be exactly the same thing, should be equal. So I've just taken out the back, and this is what the front looks like. So I'm just going to hold it down with pins, and I'm going to cut the facing for the neckline. Okay, so see, I've cut out some of the fabric, just enough to cover the neckline and the armhole, because this is actually a sleeveless dress. See, there's no sleeve on this dress, so I have to cut out enough fabric to cover up for the neckline and for the armhole. So this is what I have on. So I've placed the front on it, and I'm just going to cut it out. So I'm going to actually use this to turn the neckline and the armhole eventually. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to do the same for the back, and you see I've already cut out the same length for the back. I'm just going to place the back as well on, and then cut out just the same way I did for the front. So I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, I'm just going to head to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to give it a very good joining. Okay, so this is the outcome of the dress. This is what it looks like. This is actually the back, and you can see how I actually use the fabric to turn the neckline, and then this is the back neckline. You can see also that I used it to turn the armhole. Okay, so that's why I actually cut it out. It's easier to do that. So this is how it's looking on the inside, and then this is the back. You see, I just used it to turn the armhole, and then the neckline, did a top stitch on the neckline. So that's the back side. Then when I was done, I just ran a stitch through the sides. You know, you just use your measurement, whatever measurement you took for your body, and then you just run it through. And then you can see that I did a rolled hem for this part. I did a rolled hem, so it just all depends on you. But this is the final outcome, and it's a very pretty dress, like you've already seen. It is a very simple, if you don't want anything too much, it's a very simple and very easy dress. You can see the cowl neck effect. So this cowl neck effect just actually depends. If you want it more, then you have to move your fabric further. And then if you don't want it so much, you know, this is just fine this way. I just actually liked the way mine came out, and you can see how everything came out to look. So I'll just go try it out and then come back and show you guys what it looks like. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I will see you in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.